So Ophelia, I've heard about this one talk that you give sometimes that's called Mean Girls, about cliques, female cliques in the cannabis scene. And I haven't seen this talk and I haven't seen a video of it, but I'd love to hear about it. What's your idea of Mean Girls in the cannabis scene?
Well, if you flash back to high school or even grade school, there's always a bunch of girls, right? There's the girls that were the cheerleaders, they were pretty, they had everything, and then there was everyone else, the outliers. And so I was always in the group of the outliers. And what I discovered as I was going through high school, I kept thinking, oh, I want to be one of them, I want to be one of them. But then once I graduated high school, I thought, great, you know, I hate high school. Now I'll go to college, this is amazing. But what I realized was that women who thought the best times of their life was in high school, it was going to go downhill from there. So one of my first lessons as an adult was don't bloom in high school. So now let's fast forward to cannabis, and what we have here is everyone's coming into the industry. It's really big, everyone's rushing in, but there's a great opportunity for women. We are on a level playing ground. We can go in and we can create something, whereas there was nothing there to begin with. So there's a lot of opportunity and a lot of ways of playing outside the rules, because women are really great about how to think outside of the box. We have to think about how to feed the kids, make the house, work a job, do this, pick up that. So we're really great about multitasking and coming up with ways of making things more efficient. So the cannabis industry is a great thing to go into, because if you were an accountant, you just add cannabis, you can be great. If you're a chef, you become an infused chef or make edibles. Business, if you ran a great business, you can run cannabis. But with that many women in there, we're all looking at each other and going, okay, you know, how can they help me? How can I help her? And we build these great communities. I have some friends that I know are lifelong in cannabis now. I will know them until I get to the grave. Amazing, wonderful men and women. But sometimes you get that high school mentality brought back in, where it's this is my patch. No, you're not touching this. This is what I gotta do, and I'm not gonna share. But I want everything that you have because I'm so amazing. So you run into a lot of women with a very large entitlement and ego, and if you don't give them what they want, they become then the mean girl. They say, ugh, that Ophelia, she's a bitch because she just is not going to do this. And so you're building up already these gangs and cliques. You're either pro Ophelia or you're anti Ophelia, and that becomes this playground mentality of groups in the corners, which should not happen, because now not only are we fighting to get a place, a foothold with men, we're also fighting amongst ourselves over petty things. And it is a culture that has been brought in because women need to, this is how we bring each other down. We talk about their looks, we talk about how they're not a nice person. We drag them down so that we can go higher. There's a Chinese expression called crabs in a box, where crabs are not a community-based group of shellfish, because every time one tries to get out of the bucket, another one will grab that crab and pull it down. So in cannabis, there are groups like this where there are women that try to get ahead, but other ones will just pull them down because, oh, she doesn't deserve it, I deserve it, she shouldn't get this. And rather than all of us saying we all deserve it and we need to work together. And in my case, I think I pissed off a couple women because I didn't agree with their ethos or the way that they were, how they were in the industry. That's me, you know, that's my personal view. It's and so what they did was they took it personally, and maybe I made it personal. So there was that, but ever since then, I am now called out as the mean girl for a bunch of people. That's okay.
For better or for worse,
yeah.
Right?
So that's okay. But it's all high school hijinks, and eventually we'll get past them. We just need to grow up a little bit.
To what degree do you think that it is, I mean, since you referred to it as Mean Girls, to what degree do you think that it's a gender relationship, or more that you've got a whole bunch of A-type, leader-type, strong-willed, independent women who are all in the same field, and so they fall into power blocks just because of the personality type, regardless of gender.
Yeah, and that's the same for high school. You had a whole group of A-type girls, too, who strive to be at the top of the feeding frenzy. And so that whole culture, again, is brought into cannabis. It is, I see a lot of it now in cannabis because there's so many groups who want to take over from the place that women grow, right? There's quite a few smaller groups popping up, and they're not working together, rather they're cannibalizing each other for members. I have a group, come to my group. You don't want to go to that group because I have the better speakers, this and that, rather than just coming together as a group, or abandoning women groups and going into more mentoring groups for women who are coming up, rather than bring a speaker in, put people together. That I would rather see them going to a panel, see 3 people who I've seen about 4 or 5 times already. That's not going to give you much value. Maybe to a new person, but to a new person, I'd much rather have that new person be paired with someone who's a little senior to help them through. That's how we combat Mean Girls, because a new person will not know where to go.
I haven't seen very many mentorship programs for either gender outside of incubators, right? Clearly, that but that's mentoring specifically based on VC capital and making money. I think that a lot of people they don't want to mentor folks because there already feels like there's too many people in the field and it's so ultra competitive that a lot of people consider their business experience in cannabis to be almost like intellectual property, and they don't want to mentor people. Do you see any more of that happening with women for women? Because I wouldn't see that stuff because I'm a guy.
I think actually you make a really great point, because why there are not a lot of mentors is time. Everyone, some of the best that we know, cultivators and brewers, they don't have time to mentor anyone, and if they do, it's more to be on a paid consultant side. I think women can mentor other women because there's some up here who can't because they just don't have the time. But there are a lot of us who are in middle and lower in the industry that we can mentor someone just coming in. We do have that time. That's where I can see it. You're not asking, say, a Kevin Jodrey, right, to mentor you because he has no time. But you can ask maybe another cultivator who's lower, who's just beginning too, who might have time, and in exchange. This is what I learned growing up Asian. You never go to a house empty-handed. If you go to someone and someone invites you into a home, you bring something. So if someone offers you help and wants to mentor you, open it up and give them something, because it is an appreciation, because the last thing you want is to have your mentor feel that they're being taken for granted. So you have to be, then again, open your heart because they open theirs to you. It's a two-way thing.
Cool. Well, thanks for sharing that idea.
You're welcome.
Right on.
Thank you.
Cool. Easy squeezy.
I know.
I have no idea if it's going to be hearable with all those planes. Those 3 planes were super loud.